excited about this show because, we call this is the Tam fam, right? And I believe when you're really family, you don't just meet somebody and then forget them. Like, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for telling your story. No. Once you come on this show or sit in this audience, you're kind of stuck with me for life. And today we're following up with some of the most talked about guests and incredible stories that have been featured over the years. This season 6 is a big one for us because we're going to cross 1,000 shows. Crazy. I can't believe it. So we're catching up with some of the most beloved kids from our Little Dreamers Big Dream series, King Moore. And then the last time, by the way, King was on, look how cute he is. Last time he was here, he performed his song, Big Dreams. Well, we're gonna find out if his big dreams have been coming true. We also hear from a Tam fam member who was struggling to keep her Colorado ice cream shop open during the pandemic. It was a shutdown. She joined us via Zoom. I bought some ice cream. We sent people to her shop. For the first time, she's coming in person to give us an update on her incredible, thriving business. Okay, but first, I have to sit down on this one to center myself. This first story, look, I'm leaning in like we're really at home on this one. This is the season of giving, and our first guest was inspired by our show and the Tam fam to give the ultimate gift, a life-saving kidney donation to a complete stranger. So here's the story. Sheila Devaney saw a story on our show 2 years ago about an organization called Dove that matches living kidney donors with veterans in need. She's at home watching the show. Sheila immediately knew she wanted to get involved and donated her kidney to a vet named Ron. Ron is one of 46 veterans who've received a life-saving kidney transplant through Dove. Sheila and Ron are both here today. But here's the thing. They have no idea. They're about to meet for the very first time. They don't know. Take a look at Sheila's story.
Hi, my name is Sheila, and I'm a former preschool director. In 2022, I was watching the Tamron Hall show, and I saw a veteran named Victor, and he was ill and going through kidney issues. He told his story, and he was surprised to meet his donor, Kim, who saved his life. I was so inspired that immediately when the show ended, I emailed to get my own living donor journey started. I was matched with a veteran whose name is Ron. After reading Ron's story, I really wanted to be Ron's donor because of how much his family means to him. This past year, we finally had the surgery.
I'm officially part of the One Kidney Club. I also heard that Ron is doing good.
The surgeon told me after my surgery that my kidney had started working right away in Ron and was able to save his life. I just filled up with joy and happiness, and I knew that everything was going to be okay. I've never met Ron, but I hope to meet him and his family one day.
Please welcome to our sofa, Sheila Devaney. Come on out, Sheila. Come closer, come closer.
Okay, as close as you want me. Okay.
I will. You can sit on my lap at
but
this point because you're here.
But if I get any closer, Tamron, you're going to lose a kidney.
Okay.
I'm sorry. In a good way.
I'm saying you look, first of all, you look amazing. How are you feeling?
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I never went through the surgery. I feel better than before.
I know you told my producers that if God came down and asked you personally why, you still don't have an answer. Like you are, something overwhelming struck you in that moment that you still don't know why.
Exactly. It's been since April of this year that we did the surgery on April 9th. And even when I started this journey over a year before or so, I had no idea why. So like, we all have some higher power that we go to.
I believe that, yes.
And, for me, it happens to be God. So if he came down and looked me in the eyes and said, hey, let's get coffee and talk about why you wanted to donate your kidney, I would look at, God or Jesus and say, I can't tell you.
Wow.
Because it just, the one thing I can say, Tamron, is it started with you. And
I didn't do anything. I'm just here on the show.
No, Tamron was not in the hospital. She was not anywhere, But I'm at home after COVID. I've been at home, and I have your show on. I have TV on in the morning. And at the end, you had posted the website for Dove organization, and you had a recipient with their donor on and everything. And I emailed right away after the show. And then Sharon, who's the founder of the Dove organization, she emailed me that night. We Zoomed in the morning.
I'm trying to, I marvel. I'm staring at you like you're an angel, because to me you are that. Truly, I say that because, somebody back in the day used to say, neighbor, come to get a cup of sugar. You're like not only the neighbor that gives a cup of sugar, you're giving a stranger an organ. This is dangerous for you. This is not light. This is not easy. This could go a million ways, and you don't know Ron. You'd heard a little bit about his story. His son has cerebral palsy, but you don't know this person.
Right, a complete stranger.
A complete stranger. Yeah. And you're willing to go through this surgery, through this process for have you always been just a giver? Because you should have lived next door to me.
I know, right? Well, I want to say yes.
Yeah.
My parents had always volunteered in our community. They always did things.
So you came from a community of givers in your life. Because I know we keep saying if God came down and asked you why you did it, but for me, God is why you did it. So how do you answer that when it is God? You grew up in an environment where God spoke to you in that moment, I believe. And you were there, you're this conduit. So you get to know a lot about Ron. I truly am in awe of this story because you don't have a connection with Ron. Let's play a little bit more about him.
I was diagnosed with kidney problems in 2016. It was rough, very rough, because my wife is very small, and having a son with disabilities, an actual adult, she's the one that takes care of him most of the time. Me being unable to help her was big drain. I was worried about how am I going to take care of my family. I was afraid that my time's getting short. A fellow veteran says, hey, have you ever heard of Dove transplant? I looked it up and I made a phone call, and a miracle happened. I had a phone call that there is a possibility of a donor. From a talk show, a volunteer out of nowhere. How do you thank somebody that saved your life, that give you life, to be with your family, to live a longer life? I think this is what you call an angel.
Okay, so full disclosure, I had not seen that video where Ron calls you an angel, and it's clear to me that is what you are. So, Ron, you have not met in person before, right? You've never met Ron in person. I want Ron, who is here, that you've never met. He doesn't know you're here either. I don't know how they're doing this, but Ron, can you please come out and meet your donor, Sheila, for the very first time? Oh my gosh. I'm true. Oh my God, my head is about to just pop off right now because I don't know how this must feel for you.
Hitting the lottery on top of the world.
Hitting the lottery on top of the
When you're
world.
down and out and somebody just step up.
You thought you would not be sitting here. You thought
No,
your
I
life, you
thought
were ready
that
to
was it.
say goodbye to your family.
That was it. After 5 years of dialysis, it got to me. You know, every day you came home, you felt weak. You felt like, you know, you couldn't do it anymore. Felt like giving up. But then I look at my family and I realized that something needs to happen.
Right. And I can't stress enough, this is the very first time you get to meet your donor. And you said you had your name tattooed. Whose name is tattooed on whose kidney?
Ron's name is tattooed on my kidney. Well, was. You have it now. Your name is on my
Thank
kidney
you.
inside. Yeah. But of course, figuratively, and
Because I was literally like, wait,
yeah.
what? They do that? But your kidney is in his body.
Yes, it is. And it's keeping me alive.
It is keeping you alive.